Hey everybody, welcome back to the best U.S. Mint news channel on YouTube. I'm Son of a Silver Stacker. Today's date is August 18, 2024, and in this video, we're going to be looking at the American women quarters in the mid-state grade, and as well as their population report from PCGS grading services. All right, but before that, if you're new here, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We're trying to get to a bazillion subs. That's a mighty big number, and we do appreciate you subbing the channel. Do appreciate that much. Now, we're always live and never edited. Let's go here to moneymetals.com. Did you see what happened with the precious metals on Friday? Yeah, they went gonzo. Gold is now standing at $25.1840. Yeah, that's where it ended the week. Silver, $29.20. Platinum at $968.90. And palladium at $985.30. You're looking at an in-stock American Silver Eagle, whose premium is $7.59. It's much better than $15, no doubt there. Now you're going to get out of there with a quantity of 1 through 39 for $36.79 each, and they will buy them back for $30.50 each. Over here to the bullion sales at the United States Mint. Look at this, no new tale to tell here yet, but I do suspect we'll get some numbers here in about a week and a half or so, and that'll be it for August. That's it. 2 reporting days, generally speaking, per month. Now, over here to PCGS. Now, I'm here at the American Women Quarters, and I'm under the population report, although it doesn't really say so right off the bat. That's what it is, okay? So I always thought that was really interesting how right here on the top right-hand side, there's one in a mint state 70, and that is this particular coin here, and that's a Eleanor Roosevelt San Francisco strike. That's a remarkable thing. But do you remember from our past videos, we talked about the 2023 Jovita Idar quarter and how it really was, it's a condition rarity coin, no doubt about it. If you look at the ratio, 34 into 498, almost 500, you're going to get a really low percentage at that mint state 67, more so than any of the other coins from that year, or even from this program. Well, I was bumping around just yesterday, maybe the day before, I guess, and I noticed something really quite intriguing. The Reverend Dr. Pauli Murray quarter, as well as the Honorable Patsy Takemoto Mink quarter, actually, for now, have a lower percentage, okay, for this condition rarity than the Jovita Idar quarter. And it particularly, it came mostly, it looks like, from the Denver Mint. And what's striking about that is that the Denver Mint, well, they generally have better strikes than the Philadelphia Mint. And, well, has that changed? Have they swapped positions in that regard? Maybe. But we do know that the Philadelphia Mint still makes wonderful errors. Thank you, Philadelphia Mint, for that. But look at this. Like I said, the San Francisco, so the San Francisco, let me mention that one. They aren't too great either. They are 18, so 18 out of 246 are mint state 67. And generally speaking, San Francisco business strikes are even nicer than the Denver strikes, historically speaking. So it's interesting to see how they aren't having a better ratio. It's much similar to the ones we're seeing here for the Patsy Takemoto Mink and Dr. Pauli Murray quarters. That's remarkable. So what does this mean on eBay? Do people already know about this? Because if we look at this in a time frame, okay, the Reverend Dr. Pauli Murray quarter was the first quarter to drop for 2024. And here we are, like I said, we are in August. So that was clearly, 6 months ago or more now at this point. And there's been plenty of time for people who are into having their coins graded, submit plenty more coins than just about 200 for the Reverend Dr. Pauli Murray. And, even still, the Honorable Patsy Takemoto Mink, because that was the second drop this year, right? Yeah. Wow, right? So that's huge. And we're not seeing that for the other quarter that dropped this year either, the Dr. Mary Edwards Walker. We're actually seeing a pretty decent ratio there for those strikes. So what does this translate to on eBay? Well, I'm glad you asked. Here we go. So we have the 2023 Jovita Idar quarter PCGS graded, because that's what we were looking at, PCGS. And you know what's interesting about the Jovita Idar quarter? It was the same in a silver strike as well. It was a really condition rarity on the silver strike. And let me show you that real quick, because the same is not true for the 2024 Reverend Dr. Pauli Murray and the Patsy Takemoto Mink quarters. They are in great shape for silver and clad proof strikes. But let's go here to the Jovita Idar. Look at that. So it's about a 50-50. You didn't know what you were going to get when you submitted the silver, okay, Jovita Idar quarter. It was like, well, you get a 69 or a 69, or it could get a 70. It's 50-50. Okay, well, look at this. We're going to go down here to the Takemoto Mink, and yeah, 308 of them, all right, out of the 365 submitted are actually in a proof 70. So we're not seeing the same thing for the quarters here that we saw for the Jovita Idar quarter, but we are seeing that in the strikes from Denver and Philadelphia. So let's get back to eBay here. So this is the highest grade you're going to see from PCGS. It's a Mint State 67. This one sold June 28th for $188.95. And, well, that begs the question. So we know Mint State 67 is the highest grade for the Patsy Takemoto Mink, as well as the other quarter there. Well, what are those going to go for? Well, I'm glad you asked on that one. So here's Patsy Takemoto Mink, and this is a San Francisco business strike at a Mint State 67 for $34. That really doesn't count. Same here, San Francisco. And remember, there's what, 10, maybe 6 of these on Earth? Yeah, that's it. So you're not going to see these. They're very few and far between. And it also begs the question, how many have CAC graded? And those are probably got to be pretty thinned out too. Here we go. Look at this. That's Mint State 67 first strike from Denver. $199.95. So it does kind of parallel what we're seeing here for the highest graded Jovita Idar. So, and that was in May 29, folks. Kind of a big deal there. Look at that PCGS. That's a San Francisco business strike for the highest. That might be the highest there. Look at this PCGS. 3 of them. You got the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco business strikes for $399. You know, if these are almost $200 for the San Francisco, Philadelphia, and Denver, that's like buying a free, getting a free San Francisco business strike. That's pretty incredible. So that looks like a genius purchase at this point. And will these, you know, low grades continue? Will these low numbers continue? We don't necessarily know that. It wasn't for the silver, but it was clearly for the clad Philadelphia and Denver strikes for the Patsy Takemoto Mink and the Reverend Dr. Pauli Murray. I always get that messed up. But either way, it's all good. But the message is the clear. And that's really what's important here, is that we recognize that there could be a trend happening here that was similar to the Jovita Idar quarters from last year, right? Look at that. You submit 152 of these particular coins from Philadelphia, and only 6 of them are in a Mint State 67. Wow, that's huge. And we're not seeing that translate to the next issuance of the American Women quarters either. And we didn't see that at the end of last year's quarters either. So really something's going on, I guess, with these 2 particular issuances this year. Now, with that said, let's go to the plus ones. Yeah, this is about understanding. The heart sees better than the eyes, and you can look into someone else's eyes, but not into someone else's heart. That's absolutely true, because the heart sees what is invisible to the eye. That's right. Yeah. All right, this is 99.9 KOI Coin News Radio. This is Billy Idol, White Wedding, parts 1 and 2. And this is, I think, White Wedding is a really good song, because and it's not even about weddings, right? It's about starting again, starting each new day again, getting the gift of life. Hey, you woke up in the morning, it's a gift, you know, and you start anew. And you don't have to be that same you as it was yesterday, right? Start again and get it right the next time or this time. You never know. Now, with that said, I want to thank you all for coming. Thanks for dropping by. Don't forget to hit that like button. And if you do like what you hear and see, hey, sub the channel. It's absolutely free. Also, hey, consider becoming a member. It's $1.99 a month. That's it, $1.99. It's like a cheap cup of coffee. Stacker out.